Hi everyone, my name's Vix, welcome to my channel. Today, as the title suggests, I'm going to be customizing this bad boy right here. There will be glitter, there'll be bedazzling, there'll be glue, and there'll be at least one lizard involved, this guy here. So, let's get into it. I started off by washing my quiver with regular dish soap and water. This was just to get rid of any residue on the quiver, such as grease or dirt, which could stop things from sticking. Next, before I started sticking things down, I did a little planning and experimented with where I would want things to be placed. I had a bunch of stickers and iron-on patches, and I wanted to see how they would fit onto my quiver. You'll also notice me drawing around parts of the quiver onto a piece of paper and then cutting it out. This is because I wanted to add my own designs in glitter and draw some things onto the quiver, and with these templates that was a lot easier to do, just to give me an idea of how the final composition would look like. I didn't 100% stick to it, but it was a really helpful guideline for me later on. Here you can see the first patch I put on, which I was really excited for. It looks like it says NASA, but when you look closer it really says nasty. I felt like this was a pretty good representation of me. With all the patches, even though they were iron-on, I decided to stick them with a hot glue gun instead, because I thought it would be more secure. I started with the quiver pouch first, just because I needed to get into the swing of things and it was a smaller area to cover. I also added some purple glitter to the bottom of the pouch. Also in glitter, I added a sort of space alien bunny design to the flap of the pouch. You'll see that I have a template which I drew out and then cut out from paper. So I drew around this in the glue and then added my glitter on top. Mostly because it's a really symmetrical shape, so it would be difficult for me to freehand. By the way, sorry my head keeps getting in the way in the video, but I kept forgetting about the video camera behind me. Here's a final look at how the pouch turned out. I'm really happy with the result since I don't think I've used glitter on anything since I was under the age of 10, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Moving on to the main body of the quiver, once again I put my patches down first using a hot glue gun and then moved on to the glitter designs afterwards. As you can see here, I use a sort of glue pen with a concentrated smaller tip. This really helps me draw out more accurate designs with the glitter without having to use any sort of masking layer. When drawing out my designs, for the bigger shapes I tended to draw an outline first and then put the glitter on that and wait for it to dry and then fill in the middle parts with glue and then add more glitter on top. Then I'd tip the quiver so that the excess glitter fell down and I'd scoop it up and put it back in the container. I continued using this method for pretty much all of the glitter designs on the quiver. Because the glue was kind of difficult to control even with the glue pen, after pouring the glitter on before the glue had dried, you can see that I either used the tip of a mechanical pencil with the lead retracted or the end of a paintbrush just to carve out the shape that I wanted. This way, even if I got it a little bit wrong, it was quite easy to correct. Something I'd like to add here, which is probably on your mind too, is how weather resistant this is. The glitter I use is actually used for clothing, so it's supposed to be fine being machine washed on cold. So I imagine it would be fine in the rain as well. And as for the patches, once again they're kind of designed to go on clothing anyway, so they should be fine with just water running over them. I also added some bedazzling gems around the top of the quiver. These come on a sheet and already have adhesive on the back, so I just peeled them off in rows and placed them onto the quiver. Something which I struggled with a little bit is that I didn't realise before I put the glitter down that some of the glitters weren't very opaque and they were quite transparent. For example, the alien bunny head thing which I put on the pouch, I thought would be a sort of quite bright opaque pink, but it turned out to be a very sort of transparent, translucent pink. At the end of the day, it was quite a blessing because I actually liked it a lot more that way, but where it turned out to be quite annoying is when I did the lizard dinosaur head thing. This is because the eyes and the teeth needed to be white, but even though I had ordered 2 different types of white, both of them were transparent. I ended up fixing this in the end by just painting over it with white acrylic paint. So not ideal, but it came out well in the end. And with that, I was finished. You can see here the final result. I was super pleased with how it turned out, and as you can see here, I added the heart patch on as well. I initially left it empty because the original plan was to do a drawing there in glitter, but with some of the glitters coming out transparent, I was really nervous about doing another design. I was also worried about it becoming too overwhelming. Not that that would usually bother me because I'm super extra. Also, as you can see, it's so sparkly, it doesn't really agree with my camera, so you can't see it too clearly, but the end result looked really good. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like and subscribe, and maybe I'll do more archery DIYs in the future. Bye!